certain details regarding the 4th episode of House of the Dragon have been leaked, and I figured what we'd do is, we'd look at them and talk about whether or not they're correct, and if so, what it means for the grander scheme of things. We're also going to be looking at the teaser trailer briefly, and see what information we can take from there, to see if it matches up with the leaked episode summary. But before we do that, please leave a like and subscribe. You can always unsubscribe at a later date if you don't like what I'm posting. It's completely free, and it really helps the channel out a lot. Alright, so for those who don't know, summaries for most of the episodes were leaked prior to the airing of the premiere, and so far, all of those summaries have been fairly accurate. But there are things that didn't happen, such as a lost dragon Vhagar Lena talks about when she walks with Viserys in episode 2. Apparently that was meant to be claimed by her, but it could have been a cut scene. It's also worth mentioning that Mysera, Daemon's to-be wife, mistress, I guess, was said to miscarry in the leaks, but was never even pregnant in the show. It was only a bluff by Daemon. Right, so let's delve into the episode 4 leaks. Apparently a fight breaks out between Rhaenyra's many suitors. One of the Brackens is killed during this fight, possibly by a Blackwood. Daemon returns as King of the Stepstones to reconcile with his brother. So this is a bit of a U-turn to where he was in episode 2. We saw him steal a dragon egg and hide in Dragonstone, but we saw that he still respected Viserys, as he told Atto not to speak badly about him. Only family can insult family. And then we had the events of episode 3. Apparently Daemon returning leads to this shot, which we saw in the trailer. You can see here he's wearing a full suit of armour and a crown. Alicent and Rhaenyra talk about their missed friendship, while Alicent is taking care of baby-toddler Helena. Alright, those were great friends in episode 1. It'll be good to see them patch stuff up. Daemon flirts with Rhaenyra, leading her through the secret passageways into Flea Bottom. Now this is huge. So we saw in Season 8 of Game of Thrones that there was a bunch of secret passageways beneath King's Landing. Tyrion sure kept that a secret to the last minute. Flea Bottom is like the slum of King's Landing, where the poorest residents of the Westeros capital live, and it was the place of origin for Gendry Baratheon and brother of the Night's Watch, Karl Tanner. It was going to be the focus of one of the many planned Game of Thrones spin-offs, but it was scrapped recently. So it looks like we'll finally be seeing Flea Bottom in some form, if this leak is anything to go by. Daemon and Rhaenyra watch people have sex in the brothel. Just your average uncle and niece family trip, I suppose. Is this King's Landing or St. Helens? As they begin to have sex with each other, Daemon stops and leaves. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that it isn't because he remembered they were related. It never stopped anyone on this show before. A still horny Rhaenyra goes to Criston and convinces him to sleep with her. See, when she chose Criston in episode 2, did she choose him because he had battle experience? Or was it solely so she could just bang him? I'm beginning to think it was the latter. She had this planned all along. A spy working for Mysera. Apparently this spy is a Red Woman Varys type character. If you combine those two, you'll get this person. Why did I just put that mental image in my head? All I can see is Doppelganger from The Boys. You know when Homelander is lying on his lap whilst he is in disguise as Stillwell during their alone time together, and he accidentally transforms back into himself. Unfortunately, now all I can see is the Red Woman with the head of Varys. Anyway, this spy has been watching everything, and tells the king that his daughter and brother were getting hot and heavy. Viserys isn't gonna like that, is he? Despite Rhaenyra's denials that she slept with Daemon, Daemon is exiled from court for spoiling Rhaenyra. Well, he wasn't back long, was he? Back to Dragonstone he goes with his tail between his legs. I know Daemon and Viserys have a tenuous relationship at best, and their reconciliation won't last more than one episode, but still. It's funny because this will be the second time Daemon has got in trouble because someone else was a snitch. The first time he got shouted at was when he apparently called Viserys' dead son heir for a day during the orgy. But we never even saw him say that, so he might not have even said it, but he still got in trouble. And now he's being yelled at for sleeping with his niece when he clearly left and decided not to do it. Daemon is gonna end up kicking off properly one of these days, and I don't mean he's just gonna steal a bigger dragon egg. After all that, Rhaenyra agrees to marry Lenore, on the condition that Otto is removed as Hand. Now, could this condition be because during the rekindling of her friendship with Alicent's let slip that Otto encouraged her to be with the king? It's got to be right. Maybe that combined with something that Daemon might have said to her at the orgy. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. And now that's all for the summary for episode 4. That's all for that leak. There's more of these summaries and I plan on going through the rest of them in future videos. But now we've said that, let's look at the next time teaser trailer and see what we can gather from it. Now this part of the video is going to be a little more chill. Let's all sit back and relax and we'll pause the video as we go and see how well it matches up with the leaked plot summary. Here we go. Oh, so it appears as though Helena is still a baby, so it doesn't look like a toddler. But it could be wrong because we can't see much. I don't know how much time has passed.
Ice and fire.
Oh, apparently enough time has passed for Daemon to get a new haircut. I preferred his hair longer. It had that Legolas effect to it. You know how in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Aragorn, Gimli and all the other characters have mud, blood, leaves and sand stuck in their wet hair? While Legolas looks like he came out of a salon during all his scenes. Even in Helm's Deep, when it was raining, his hair and his precious braids didn't have a single fault in them. People with long, silky, straight hair just look like royalty, don't they? But this looks fine too. To be honest, from the look of it, I think that's Matt Smith's actual hair bleached. It looks too good to be a wig. We've seen what the wigs look like on this show and it's not good.
The brother?
He looks like a kid waking up his mum and dad to tell him he's been sick.
I have discomforting news.
This is a vile accusation.
Oh, okay, so Otto is the one who relays the information about Daemon and Rhaenyra to Viserys. Maybe that's what led it to request his removal as the Hand. From this trailer, it looks like these leaks are correct. What do you think? After episode 8, in terms of, storytelling, things get more sketchy about what does or doesn't happen. And that's also where the leaks get a lot more vague. The scenes filmed on locations tend to have more information pertaining to them. As the show progresses, we can look at those leaked photos and discuss them. There were far more leaks in general for House of the Dragon than Game of Thrones, because many of the location scenes for House of the Dragon were filmed on public beaches with large audiences. Tons of people were watching and even filming. For example, Daemon beating the crap out of the messenger was filmed from multiple angles on location, by tourists just standing around watching them film. Many of the scenes with Crab Feeder, filmed in Cornwall, had hundreds of people standing around watching them film. It wasn't always clear what was being filmed because scenes were filmed at the same time, standing there. There's footage of the actors going to the toilet, with the actors playing the older strong boy standing there with some stuntmen who were being tortured by the crab feeder on the beach. So sorting out exactly what happens in one episode isn't necessarily clear, but people are beginning to do so. The problem is, there have been so many leaks that anyone who wants to write fanfiction can come up with information that fits. That's resulted in various summaries that took leaks and came up with stories, like why Daemon was beating the crap out of a messenger that wasn't accurate. So this explains why some details have been off when it comes to the summaries. But I guess we'll wait and see. The new episode airs in the early hours of Monday, and this should be coming out on Sunday, so you'll soon see whether or not it's right. Anyway, I'm going to call an end to it there, folks. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and go and check out some other videos. I did a video where I did a Roadman retelling of episode 2, and it completely bombed. And I'm a little bit gutted about it because I really enjoyed making it, so maybe go and check out that video. You don't have to. Thank you so much for even considering it. It just means so much to me. Alright, I'll let you go. Bye.